had to go look for my phone. Couldn't find my phone and everything like that. But what's good with you guys? Turn this down a little bit. What's going on, man? Gonna be doing a quick quality control signal check, I like to call it. Something that we do, you know what I'm saying, in the commercial AV field, just to make sure everything is hooked up and connected and ready to go for work or whatnot. So just recently, I just bought a new interface, and I had the Focusrite 18i20 interface for a very long time. I think for about, I want to say I had that bad boy for about 5-6 years. And, you know what I'm saying, it did pretty good. Really didn't need to upgrade, but I was having a lot of issues with it when it came to certain connectivity issues, driver issues, loopback issues, and streaming issues and latency. It's a very good interface for just strictly recording, and that's it. But when you want to get a little bit more out of it, I think it outgrew what technology is moving towards too, or whatnot. So I've been kind of shopping for an interface for about a good year right now. And along my journey of shopping, Motu actually came out with a new 8-channel interface, which kind of gave me some, you know what I'm saying, hope. But then also too, make sure my audio is working. Okay, cool. We got audio. All right, so it kind of gave me some hope. And when I started looking at the details, I was like, yo, this is the next level right here. I ain't gonna say next level, but next level in my opinion, because something at about the $1,000 mark and what you get that can set you up for the next 5 to 6 years is next level. So I went on ahead and I made the purchase of the Motu 828. I did a video on it about a few months ago. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more, seem like I'm shouting. I did a video on it when Sweetwater first got their inventory on the interface, and it presented a lot of great perks for the interface. We're talking about, you know, inserts and sends, insert points for sends and returns on mic preamp 1 and 2. It had USB 3, USB 3.2 transfer speeds, which is a plus. You have top level converters, which converters that you will find in very expensive gear. And that is the ESS Sabre converters, which is very good. You know what I'm saying? Very, very good converters. It also had, you know, ways you can make adjustments to the ins and outs, and everything that connects to this interface is simultaneously. The issue I was running in with the Focusrite interface, that you couldn't do everything in and out simultaneously. And I was going to go the Personas route. At that time, I was going to upgrade to the Personas. I think it was the 1824 or something like that. And if you was to utilize loopback, preamp 1 and 2 will be cut off, because loopback would take the circuitry of the loopback will take away from preamp 1 and 2. So, you know what I'm saying, I was looking for something that I could just boom, 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 you know what I'm saying? So that's where the Motu 828 kind of came about, or whatnot. And the display is the number one reason too. When it comes to, like, you know, utilizing your outboard gear, metering is everything. As far as, like, if you're a sucker for gain staging, and you know gain staging is a must, metering is a must as well with gain staging. And the Motu 828 really gave me that confidence of the big ass LED screen that they have. And I fell in love with the Motu line of interfaces. And just a side note, Motu has been out for some years, way before, you know, a lot of your interfaces that's out right now. Motu been in the game for some years. So when I bought the Motu M2, then upgraded to the M6, I just couldn't get away from the LED display, which is awesome. And the 828 just gives you that colorful, bright display, and everything is accurate. I'm talking about to the point, and it's just easy to make your adjustments. And I'm gonna show you all of that today. We're gonna go through the entirety of the 828 interface today, because when I was researching the 828, nobody made a goddamn video for it. So, you know what I'm saying? I could not find no one that made a video for the Motu 828, which kind of led me to believe that it's not a popular interface, because everybody's going down the RME route, or they're going down the Apogee route, or the what it is, Apogee Antelope Audio. And I heard bad things about Antelope Audio as far as their drivers. RME can't afford it. UAD, I had a UAD. I really wasn't highly impressed with a UAD. I had the Apollo Twin, and the converters and the mic pre and everything like that. It just really didn't tickle my fancy. But it's just something about the Motu and how it's built. Number one, built with quality, made in the United States, and it sounds fucking good. So right now, what you're hearing with my voice is, I mean, you know, we're bypassing the preamp, so we're going into a external preamp or whatnot. But you know, it's got a lot of more dynamic range than the Focusrite, and I heard that right off the bat, man. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get up in this bad boy. Let's go ahead and share our screen right now. I'm watching football, so this is a casual stream. So if this is something that you're looking for me to, you know, to stroke your ego, I'm not that type of dude. We just basically get in here, we talk about the raw, gritty facts. So that's the type of person I am, because I don't stream a lot during this hour of, you know, I normally stream at night. So if you're looking for something that, you know, all in the package with the bow, I'm not that dude. I'll talk my language, but I give you the facts, real gritty, and we go through everything, because I'm very thorough. That's the type of person I am. But we have Ableton Live up. I have a session. That way we can run audio in and out, test each in and out point with every piece of audio gear. So it's not going to be a long video unless I run into some hiccups, but you'll be learning with me everything about the 828, because I don't think what we're about to do today, you can't cram that into a 30 or 45-minute video. Just no way. So I'd rather just live stream it. Let's get it out the mud. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. I assume everything is working, because nobody ain't told me, hey, your audio is not working. I didn't know Big Red and DL was in here, so appreciate you, DJ Big Red, man. Shout out to DJ Big Red. That is my moderator. So, you know what I'm saying, if you got any questions, you can ask him. He always hopping on when he have a chance to. And I'm going to go ahead and put a link up in here as well. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and click on the link, and I will add you into the into this room, and we could talk about it right here live on the stream. So if you're watching live, I just put the link in the chat. Feel free to click on it. It'll notify me. I'll bring you in here. We'll talk about it if you have any live questions. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and hit stop on the music, and we're gonna go and get straight into it. So the first thing that's different for this interface is the control panel. All right. So the control panel is a little different than what I was used to with the Focusrite Control 2. Okay, with the new line of Scarlett interfaces that came out a couple of weeks ago, the 4th gen, they have a new control panel for us, the software for the interface. So I haven't had a chance to play around with that, and that is the Focusrite Control 2. Okay, so the original Focusrite Control, it was a little bit cumbersome. It took me a while to learn it, but this particular control software for this particular interface, the 828, simple, very, very simple. I immediately gravitated to it or whatnot. I know the interface right underneath here, which is the Ultraline Hybrid 5, and I'm looking at the chat real quick, I'm sorry, but the Ultralight 5 is a slightly different interface, but I think it has the same kind of layout as you will see right here. I'm cheating on my other dolls. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Man, actually my Ableton is actually working, so I apologize if I'm cheating on my other dolls there. Yeah, Ableton is actually working. I actually did full-fledged sessions last night, and it didn't crash on me or anything like that. I told you, when Ableton is working on their new big update, for some reason the original releases before that update, while they in private beta, it just starts tripping, man. I don't know why they do that, but it's working now. So we back on it. Nah, man, but getting back to it, man. So this is the home page right here. And as you can see, right here where my mouse is, mic line 1 or instrument 1 input is working. So but we're not actually running the signal, this microphone that I'm talking on right now, we're not running that through the preamp. Okay, we're running this through the insert. Okay, we're running this through the insert. So basically, my external preamp is coming in on the return of the insert point for mic line 1. Okay, and then we have mic line 2. This is your monitor control right here. So this will be for your speakers. You have a mute button, you have a mono button, and then of course with the headphones. Right now, I can't hear myself. But everything is digitally controlled. Okay, so this is for headphone output 1 and headphone output 2, and headphone output 1 is right here in this display right here. This is headphone 1, 2, preamp 1, preamp 2, and then these are the controls for preamp 1 and preamp 2. If you really want to get technical, I think these two knobs should have been swapped around. The headphones should have been over here, and the preamp gain knobs should have been right here on these two right here. But it's not a big biggie for me. But if you look into that type of stuff, that's something to be aware of as well. Another thing is you need to be aware of is there's no way to adjust the ins and outs as far as a knob is concerned, because everything has to be controlled through the software. I did not know that, and that was something I missed while I was doing my research. So I'm getting a little bit used to controlling the software on my phone, and I'll pull that up for you guys here in a few minutes. So you can control your ins and outs through your iPad or your iPhone. I don't think there's nothing for the Android phones. So if you have an Android phone, you have to go on your PC and control everything. And I'm gonna say this: get you a dual screen. I don't like that because I thought the menu button / knob would control everything by way of choosing some things or whatnot, but they don't. So hopefully in the firmware upgrade, and I'm going to write an email to them, is it some way that they can program the menu knob to control the ins and outs? We'll go over that later, or the monitor knob to control the ins and outs. It has to happen. Okay. Speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? You have these buttons right here. You have a AB button to kind of compare your speakers. If you hook them up that way, you could choose A monitoring or B monitoring only. And then this section right here is the talk button, mono button, and mute. So you can mono your signal. You can, if you have your microphone hooked up in one of the points, like let's say preamp 2, and you're recording somebody, you can actually talk to them through the monitoring, and you have the mute button as well. Very, very good, very, very good stuff. And of course, you have this big colorful LED display. I mean, for a blind person like me, it's awesome. You have your menu button right here, and we're gonna try to go through that as well. And then you have back and select buttons to help you choose what you need to. In the menu setting, you have your big monitor button. All that controls is the monitor out 1 and 2. So that's why I'm gonna write an email in the next firmware update. Can they please somehow program the circuitry to control your let's say preamp gains for lines 3 through 10? Okay, that will be very, very useful. And then you have your power button right here as well. All right, cool. Of course, this is your A and B monitoring selections that you could do here. I'm not going to press on anything because I don't want to mess anything up. And you have your TalkBack source that you could choose from. And so when you click on here, you probably can't see that. So let me go ahead and make that right there. All right, so you could choose your TalkBack source. So wherever you have your microphone or line level signals plugged into from your external preamp. You could choose that, and while you're recording, you could talk to your artist or colleague. And then you have your destinations on where that signal is going to go. So if you have them on a headphone mix, you could choose the headphone mix and the main out. Or if you don't want it to go to the main out and just go to only the artist, you could choose your headphone output or headphone mix 1 or 2, or however you have it routed in your thing, in your particular workflow. All right. And input monitoring. This can kind of throw you in a loop, and it took me a couple of days to understand it. But right now, if I was to turn this off, now you can't hear me because I'm direct monitoring. So I'm actually direct monitoring, and it's going through the main mix. Okay. So without having to create an audio track and able to live and monitor through software monitoring or whatnot. And you could turn these on. So if I had another microphone plugged into 2, then now if I was in here with another person doing a podcast, we can actually stream from mic 1 and 2 into, whatever streaming software or platform that we're working on or whatnot. Same thing with 3 and 4. So if I had a guitarist in here, we had him mic'd up, it would be me, my podcast colleague, and then we'll go ahead and hit 3 and 4, and we can listen to what the guitarist is doing. Or if we had a mixer. So this thing is very, very flexible. You can throw in whatever you need to throw in. It's almost like a digital mixer. All right. So this is the home page. It takes some used to, but it's super, super simple once you understand how it works right here. I'm gonna get a little bit more detail on this column right here. So right now, this is the preamp gain. Okay. If I was to turn this up, you'll notice that the preamp gain is going all the way up at 54 dB. Okay. It's only showing 54 dB because we don't actually have an XLR cable connected to input 1 or 2. Okay. If you had a XLR cable hooked up to input 1, then it would change to 75 dB. So with a line level signal plugged into any of the insert points on the front side or the back side of the interface, it's only going to give you 54 dB a gain. With XLR, it's going to give you 74 dB a gain. Really, really good. Okay. All right. But if we go to insert gain, right now I'm talking through my external preamp. And when I turn this up, you'll notice that the volume gets loud. It'll start breaking up once we get to 11 dB. But I'm just going to go ahead and crank it up. That's 20 dB a gain. So on top of the volume that's coming out of my external preamp, you can add an extra 20 dB a gain on your insert return. Really, really good. And you can hear like it wasn't distorted, but it started breaking up at about 11 dB. That is because of the high dynamic range that this interface has. You have to look at the specifications for this interface for all that to understand. And of course, we could control and add 48 volt power if we need to right here from the control panel or the software panel. And we could add a pad. So the pad is just basically going to reduce your signal by, I think, negative 20 dB if you have an XLR cable or instrument cable plugged in on the front side. All right. So that's kind of breaking down the mic line instrument 1 and 2s right there. Unfortunately, these are the only XLR or line level connections that you have. If you want the XLR connection, it's only on the front side. On the back side, you can hit the link right there what my moderator has put in the chat. You can look on the back side and everything is 1/4 inch. Everything is 1/4 inch. So if you work in that type of workflow or your studio is hooked up that way by way of patch bay, everything is 1/4 inch. That's how I work, and that's why I kind of gravitated to it. If you're a person that has a lot of drum mics, for example, this may not be the interface for you. You may have to go and find something else. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. So you may have to look into something like a Focusrite Claret Plus 8 or the Evo 16 or what they got out there. I think Audient. The Army, UAD, the Personas, stuff like that have XLRs on the backside. I didn't need all of that because I don't use a lot of XLR. I use a lot of 1/4 inch cables. So this interface actually worked out for me. But if you know what you're doing, different connections, you can make it work however you need to. All right, cool. We're going to keep on moving on. So that's the home page. We're done talking about that. All right, I'm going to put this back on preamp gain. and we're going to go to the input panel. All right, so this is the device settings right here. You can go in and make your changes to your sample rate, clock source, loopback location, mic input, meters, mix bus channels, MIDI through, word clock, all of that stuff you can change right here. The cool part about it is if you need your serial number, it gives it to you right there. Your firmware upgrade, if you need to do it, boom, there's a firmware upgrade available right now, and a QMix, and this software is called QMix, by the way. I'm sorry. So QMix also has an update, and I can actually open up the update, install everything right here in the software. So this is kind of like how, you know, modern recording technology is moving to. It's kind of changing, and if you're kind of like not used to the change, it's okay, because it makes it very, very accessible. It makes it very, you know, easy to upgrade your stuff or whatnot. Now, what I was going to get to is that you can kind of do the same thing on the front side of the panel. All right. And what I'm going to do is change this window back here, and let's go ahead and look at the interface in its entirety. All right. We're going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to try to get to the screen if the camera will allow. All right, let me hear. All right, you're not gonna see it in detail. Let me zoom in a little bit more. All right, there we go. So if we was to go here and turn the menu knob, you'll see, you probably can't see, but you'll see different things here. And what I'm gonna try to do without trying to mess some stuff up is, let's say we're going to go through the MIDI through, and I'm going to go ahead and make a change here. All right. So right now it's disabled, and on the screen, if you can see it, the MIDI through is showing disable as well. So if we was to hit select and we go to enable and we hit select there, it will change on the software over there to the left of your screen. All right. So everything works in real time. What you do here on the front panel of the interface. I just kind of wanted to give you that little demo right there. So anything that you need to change here, you could change it right here, either in the software or on the actual interface itself. All right, we hit back, and then we could continue to scroll through. Now, the display, the cool thing, what I like about the display is that they have a screen sleep. So this is a LED display. Now, this is the risk that you're going to take with an LED display. It may go out after 4 years or 5 years. I'm gonna cross my fingers. Hopefully it don't. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to minimize this, the what's the word I'm looking for? If you want to minimize the risk of your LED display going out, you can select screen sleep. And you guys, I don't think you can make the change through the software. No. So this is only exclusive to the interface. But if you want to make a change to the screen sleep, I have it to cut off every 30 minutes, or you can have it cut off every 30 seconds. A lot of times you could just be making beats. Okay. You're making beats. You're just making beats. You're not doing any recording or mixing or mastering. You probably don't need this interface, but the playback sound. So in that case, you can have it. You can set it to goddamn. Here we go. You can set it to 30 seconds. All right. And we're going to go ahead and get out of there. And I'm just going to talk for 30 seconds, and you're going to see it kind of go away. And you, as I'm talking, you'll see like those LED meters, like they on point, man. I like them. So if you making beats and we got this going on, you know what I'm saying, just kind of talking. Damn, it's been past 30 seconds, so I think it should go out here pretty soon. I think if you stop talking and you're not oh, there it goes. Okay, all right. That's a long ass 30 seconds. So it's gone. You see what I'm saying? So now if you're making beats, you know, you're talking, doing some recording, and you just, you know, practicing whatever you're doing, that screen will go out. Okay. Now it'll come back on once, and let's zoom out here. So it'll come out if you touch any hardware button or knob on the interface, and when you turn something like the monitor, boom, there it is. You know what I'm saying? Or what I normally been doing is just hitting the back button, select button, or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Something simple that way. Or stuff that I won't even touch at all because I don't have it hooked up that way. I hit B, and that'll wake it up. All right, cool deal. And we're just gonna turn AB off. All right. Normally I'll hit AB on or off, whatever the case may be. Just touch a button and it'll go off, or whatnot. All right. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys the menu situation right there. Let's go ahead and pull back up QMix, and we're gonna go to the input. Now this is where it's gonna get real juicy at, and let's put that back here. All right. So the input section. All right. This is the input section of QMix. And let me go ahead and do that. My bad. Y'all talking. My bad. Let's see here. I'm gonna take a break real quick. It's gonna be a long one right here, big dog. I think we're gonna be right at 2 hours. I'm gonna be right at 2 hours. Yes. I'm gonna put that up there. Motu is priced at $9.95. Oh yeah, I like my colors, man. You know, I was gonna go with the personas. I really was gonna go with the personas. I was gonna do it, but that blue it wasn't jiving for me. I watched. There's another guy on YouTube. He did a full personas Quantum HD 8 versus the Claret, and I just couldn't stand that blue LED meter. And then look at the software. It's got blue LED meters. But that's just only in the software. You see what I'm saying? But they had it both in their software and on the interface. I just couldn't do it. It was too much blue for me, man. All right, cool, man. So the interface right now, the software interface right now, what we're looking at is input gain 1. All right, and I'm gonna stop the music real quick. So input gain 1, that's what we're looking at. We kind of talked about what we're going. We pretty much run through all the basic stuff, the preamp gain, and then the insert gain right here. The only other thing I want to show you on each of your inputs, you can, it says right here, if you can see that, it says to USB host. Now, you're probably saying, why it's saying to USB host on all of your input slots? Very great question. The reason is because if you choose post effects, you know what I'm saying, it is because the effects that you can do. And I'm gonna go to main mix, okay, and show you guys this situation. And I'm seeing something. I need to go ahead and reset that real quick. Cause I'm gonna fuck around and find out the hard way once I use that on that channel. All right, cool. Didn't want to get ahead of myself. So right now, this is, and let me do something here real quick. Let me go back and set this display to 30 minutes because I'm gonna need to look at what I'm doing here. All right. Let me see here. Y'all just give me 1 second. Crap. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So right now we're talking through mic 1, right? We're on main mix 1 and 2. All right. So that's our main mix that we're monitoring. It'll be like that 90% of the time you use this particular interface. All right. Now, the cool part about this is that we have these EQs. So if I need to EQ my voice, there it is right there. So I have basically a low mid cut right here. And mind you that we don't have the microphone plugged in XLR on the front panel of the interface. Okay, we're going through the insert return. Okay, so basically my microphone is hooked up to the external preamp coming into the insert return, not the send, the return. Okay, so even on your insert returns, you can still take advantage of the DSP effects. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're doing DSP effects. So basically we're affecting the signal before it actually hits the computer, and everything like that. Or if I need to add a little bit more, low mid or high mid, whatever we need to add, we could do it right here in the DSP effects. And for some reason, my num knock is not working. Okay, cool. There we go. So that's EQ. I'm not going to get too much into EQ. We all know how to EQ. So that's the EQ right there. You can turn each band on and off. So if you need to do a little check right here, turn that on. A little cut right there, turn that on right there. All right. And there it is right there. So that's the EQ. All right. you also have dynamic control. So you have gate. So what I'm gonna do right now is turn off my gate on my microphone. So right now you can hear. I'm gonna turn this football game on because I'm watching Alabama struggling with South Carolina playing right now. That's a goddamn shame. But you can hear the laptop PC speakers in the background. I'm gonna turn on the gate, and that's the gate right there. So I'm talking right here. The gate works actually pretty good. Once you set it the way you need to set it, the gate is not bad at all. So that's really, really good. That's a plus if you're going to try to utilize this interface in a podcast live streaming form. You can actually just plug in a random mic on the front panel and take advantage of the DSP effects with the gate control. And then we also have a separate compression, which I kind of like. I like the fact that if you don't need compression, you can take advantage of the gate, or if you don't need the gate, you can take advantage of the compression. And then we'll put my gate back on here. All right. And now I'm going to take a bit. And I already got compression on my vocals. But I'm going to turn down the makeup gain, and we're going to compress right here. So right now we got 4:1 ratio. And I have a fast attack, fast release. So I'm talking. -12 on the gain reduction. And we're just going to make up that gain on the gain reduction at -12. Boom, there it is. Now I'm going to turn my gate off on my external preamp. I'm going to turn the gate back on here. Everything is DSP controlled. And you can see it right there. And this is what it looks like on the channels. So this is your, let's say, micro view here or macro view. And if we come back into the DSP mixer, this is what it looks like. And if we needed to take a little bit of boominess off my voice, we just hit a low shift and we'll turn that down just a little bit right there. So basically, this is how it would look on a mixer interface. So if you know you're making a mistake or you need to change some things, this is how it basically look right here. All right. Cool deal. And this will work on all of your inputs coming in. So if you're doing some stuff on the on your outboard gear, you'll see that as well. And I'll give you a demo of that as well, man. So yeah, that's it right there. And I'm gonna turn this damn volume down because yeah. All right, we got some good games coming on, by the way. All right, cool. So put that gate back on there. So basically that is what the input does right there. Now that is prefix, okay? That is basically the signal is hitting the DSP before it actually, you know what I'm saying, how can we say this? It's pre-effect. So you're basically, the effects is controlling the DSP effects is controlling the signal before it actually hit the USB. Okay. And then you can put it in post effects. And then if we go back to main right here, and let's say I was to turn this frequency on right there, it'll be post effects or whatnot. So it's kind of like this. You will still be able to hear the effect, but it's all about when you're recording. If it's post effect, it probably won't print the effects going into the PC. And I haven't tried that and tested that just yet. But if it's post effects, I'm quite sure that you will only be able to hear the effects, but it won't be printed. Okay. But so pre effects, just leave it right there. Just kind of wanted to explain that or whatnot. Okay. So that's the inputs. And then this is what the outputs look like. So your outputs is going to look a little bit differently. You're going to pretty much see everything on the output. Okay. So we're seeing everything as far as our loop back, our output 1 and 2, which is going output. So you got some increments that you can change. So 1 and 2, 1 is left, 2 is right. You can make a change to 1 and 2 here. So we're only hearing like the right side, or you can only hear the left side or whatnot. You can do that if you're monitoring, you know what I'm saying, one or the other. Of course, you can make changes to all of your headphone outputs. So right now I'm going to turn down headphone output 2. This is my headphone output right here. And you can even choose the source. So again, it's all dependent on how you hook up your monitor mixes. You could choose what your headphones want to listen to. So this is really, really good if you're working with artists or bands. And then of course your monitors right here. We can control that software control right here, and it's reflecting over here on the interface. And I'm gonna put this back over here so you guys can actually, not that way, it's this way. And I'm going to zoom in right here. And same thing here, man. You know what I'm saying? You can actually see what's going on here. So when we control it in the software, you'll be able to see it move right there. And let's go to this shot right here. All right. Yeah, there we go. And you can see that little window pop up there. When I stop, it'll go there. And then when I control it on the knob, you'll see it on the screen move there. Okay. So everything works simultaneously right there. All right. Just kind of wanted to give you guys that situation here. Now, I came to the screen because when you're, let's say, for instance, you're utilizing your outboard gear, you're running audio out of your DAW, going into your outboard gear, you need to control that signal. Now, you can control it in your DAW, just depends on what DAW you're using, whether it's Studio One, Pro Tools, Logic, Ableton Live, Reason, Fruity Loops, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be some way you can control the output going out of the DAW once you assign those outputs in your tracks. But if you don't, this software will give you the ability to, let's say, that signal is coming out hot on output 3. Let's turn it down a little bit. So right now I'm turning it down -11. So that's what you could do right there. Then that signal is coming out of the interface or your computer or your DAW at 11 dB, wherever it's set at. You see what I'm saying? So it just gives you a lot of that flexibility, and everything that you control on the outputs, and I think the inputs as well, is at 1 dB increments, just to have a better way of understanding what changes you made. Okay. I like that ideology of that, because if, let's say, for instance, I'm taking notes, and let's say I ran a signal out to my preamps and I like what I did, I'm going to make notes. If you're a person like I am, I'm going to make notes. Okay. Output from the DAW or from the interface was at -5. I write that down. And once I have to recall a session for whatever reason, I know that output 3 sounded its optimum going through that preamp at -5 coming out of that interface. You know what I'm saying? That's only because of the ADDA conversion. That's it. You know what I'm saying? High dynamic range with this interface. All right. So that's basically why you have these situations. Or let's say, for instance, you have a headphone mix and the artist says, hey, man, my headphone mix is loud as hell. Turn that shit down. Okay, I'm going to turn you down right here. Or you can just go to line 3 and 4 and turn it down right here in lines 3 and 4 output, headphone mix. You could do it this way too as well. But you know what I'm saying, you can turn it down here. Just depends on how you have it routed and everything like that. And of course, right down here, what you guys are hearing on YouTube is basically my loopback section right here. So right now I'm choosing main output 1 and 2. So when we hit the music, that's what you're hearing on the background. Let me just make sure this is working. Yeah, okay. Now, when I turn that down, you don't see the music. You can hear me. That's because I have preamp 1 or insert or input 1 routed to main 1 and 2 by way of I'm choosing the source for the loopback function to pick up everything coming out of main 1 and 2. You see what I'm saying? So that's the fair way to kind of understand that right there. All right, cool deal. Just kind of wanted to give you guys that. If you do use SPDIF out, you could do the same thing with SPDIF out and same thing with optical out. So you do have the ability to do ADAT in and out, 2 banks. So you can run 16 channels ADAT, I think at 44 and 48 sample rates. And SPDIF is all the way up to 96,000. And I think your line ins and outs is all the way up to 192,000. All right, cool. So that is the output. Main mix, and I'm not going to go through each mix, but main mix, this is where it kind of get confusing to a lot of people. Right now, you hear me. Now you don't. You see what I'm saying? So when you hit the button, you can control all your mutes, volumes, and everything like that right here. If I was to turn this down, you can hear me at a snail's pace. So you probably can't hear me just a little bit. You can control the volume right here. You know what I'm saying? So just picture it as a, as a hardware mixer. Kind of want to make sure that's at 0 or whatnot. The only thing I don't like this is you don't know where you at. You don't know if you're at 0. So when we move this little circle, I don't know if I'm at 0, -1, +1, or whatever the case may be. I think that's something, hopefully, fingers crossed, that they cleaned up in the firmware update. And you could also pan and then again add your EQ and compression and stuff like that. And the same thing is going to happen if we have sound coming through line 3 and 4 and so forth and so on, or whatnot. And we'll kind of go through that here pretty soon. So that's just the overview of what QMix does. Of course, you have your reverb situation here. So if I want to add reverb to this, let's go ahead and add some reverb. All right. So we got our reverb situation right here. We're going to choose narrow, very long right there. Get a little damp, little preamp delay right there. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and add the signal into the reverb component. Now this is DSP powering. So right now I can't hear it because let's see here. We don't have it right here. Let's see if I can make this work. If I don't make it work, don't laugh at me. Let's see here. Oh, because we have the master down. So let's see if we can bring it in right there. All right. And then let's go here. There we go. We should be able, yeah, there we go. So you got reverb here. So you kind of see how that kind of works. So we basically have to go to the reverb mix, turn it up on your channel 1, then make sure it's up right here on your master out, and then go back to your main mix, come way over here and go to your, what they call a return bus for your reverb, and turn that up as well. So now I can either sing like this and don't have that going to my signal, or I could just monitor this right here. So this is really good if you kind of rapping or singing and I just want a day, you know what I'm saying? You can hear some reverb right there, and then you just turn it down right there. And I think I'm gonna keep that right there where it's at. I'm gonna just turn it down here, and I'm gonna set this one at 0. All right, and I'm gonna put these at 0 right here. That way, when I want to use this next time, I can add a little bit of reverb right here. You got me feeling. There we go, right there. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna keep it right there. All right, man. So we'll turn all of that down right there. So unfortunately, they don't have delay on here. Didn't understand why they didn't add delay, but they didn't add delay right here. And of course, the discovery situation is, it kind of like, it's like connecting Bluetooth to Wi-Fi. Right now, we made this interface discoverable. So I'm gonna go on my phone. You have to download the app if you have an iOS device. And I'm just gonna choose QMix here. And now, if my, yeah, there we go. So right now, I have to put my phone into, take it off of lock, put it in landscape mode. And now, there we go. Let me see. All right, cool. Now you should be able to see everything there. So if I wanted to go to the input tab, I'll go to the input tab there. And now I can, let's go back up here. Let's go to IO. I should be able to turn myself down here. Let's see here. Yeah, give me 1 second here. Yeah. We can add there. Oh. Yeah, so you can't touch the here. Hear me now. So I could turn it off there, but it's a little bit different here because I can't adjust the insert gain. That's the only thing I can't do. So right now on the computer, I'm on the input, but you'll notice here on the phone, I can't turn the insert gain up. I can only turn up the actual XLR line input on the front panel. So that's something they must have didn't update on the iOS side of things or whatnot. But you know, if I want to, I could turn up, let's say, for instance, my headphones right here, or my speakers. I could turn down my headphones, and I can see myself if I need to put a pad on here. If I had the XLR turn working and stuff like that, I could do that as well, and all that other stuff. So, but for the inserts, yeah, and I'm assuming they only did that because you will have full control of your outboard gear and stuff like that. But just to show you that it actually works. So it works in real time, no lag on your iOS device. And it's pretty cool. So the only time I really use the iOS device is when I don't want to reach over here and turn on my headphones. I'll just pull up my phone and I'll make a headphone and speaker adjustments as well. So it's handy. It's handy or whatnot. All right, cool. So that pretty much takes care of the QMix part of this interface, all right, which I knew was going to take long. Everything else should be pretty simple. All right, let's find a instrument that we have inside of here, and let's go ahead and turn this up, and we're going to start running some stuff through the ins and outs here. All right, let me make sure that this is in. We need something a little bit more acoustically here. So y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to pull up a guitar here. Pull a stock instrument from Ableton Live. Liveaxtion. And we're gonna go to guitar and bass sounds. And guitar clean. Boom. Guitar open. There we go. All right. And I thought that's what we did. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. So we got a guitar situation right here. Playing the guitar. All right. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and excuse me, get the external effect, and we're gonna put that all the way at the end. All right. So the external effect is all the way to the right of the Ableton Live screen, and let me just go ahead and let me move that over here. If it'll allow me to. Oh crap. It won't let me do some. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me delete this because I don't need all of that. There we go. All right, cool. Y'all can see that. All right, so what we're gonna do now is just basically run out of 3. Output 3. All right. And we're going to come back in on output 3. Everything is set by default, no hardware latency compensation. I'm playing the instrument. You will see the meters, but you don't hear anything. So the first thing I want to do by way of the patch bay, I can't get my camera to go down so you guys can see that, but I have everything pre-routed. The first outboard processor that we're going to test on is going to be the Art Trans X Preamp, which is a dual channel preamp. What's up? Yeah, later on, bro. Wait, hold on. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. We'll talk about it. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So we got 2 screens right here, and let's zoom in on the Art Trans Y. And never mind my off-road Toyota Tacoma right there. I like Toyota Tacomas, man. Real rugged trucks. right, cool. All right, cool. So that's the trans Y. We're gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna test each one. I could go stereo out pair, but I'm gonna do each component just to double check and make sure. So right now, let's go ahead and take channel 3 and go into, and I'm gonna say this for the record. DJ Big Red, don't chew me out, bro. Let me make it today, man. All right. Let me make it today, DJ Big Red. Don't chew me out. I got it under control today, buddy. So we seeing some signal. Hopefully I have it hooked up correctly. All right, so let's go ahead and get a little bit of gain. Actually, I'm sitting up here talking shit. I may not have it hooked up correctly. Did I unhook something? 3 and 4. Oh, that's the Trans X. I hooked it up in the wrong shit. See, I was talking shit. I hooked it up into my compressor and not the goddamn not the preamp. So I got the Trans X and I have the Trans Y. I know DJ Barry, he talking that cash money in that chat right now. I can't look at it right now. Let me see. There we go. All right, cool. So we got signal coming through channel 3 through the Trans XY. I had the mic pad in at -20. I took the mic pad out, and I'm gonna put the gain, preamp gain, at 12 o'clock. I'm gonna give the impedance right now. The impedance is at 150 ohms. Let's go ahead and crank it up to 1,000 ohms. Let's give it a. Let's turn up the trim at 12. And let's go back and bypass the external audio effects. So now this is just the Ableton instrument. So we need the gain stage. Turn off the instrument effect again. We can add a little bit more gain. Pushing it, let's trim it up. Now, what I'm gonna do is scroll down here to the interface, and I want to show you guys why I like the monitoring on here. And let's go to the side, the other way. All right, cool. So this is me talking. The way I like it is because you can see input 3 here. And then input 3 on the output is right here. And so I like the ability where you can gain stage from, and let me just go back up here. I can't fit everything in here so y'all can see, but the ability that I like is that you can gain stage and get it right on your trim or output knob and see the actual meters and get it right on point far as what's coming out and going back in on the metering. So when you play this, I mean, I'm looking at it right now, it's spot on and stuff like that. I mean, so that's why I like it. When you have segmented LEDs, kind of like these type of LEDs here, it's hard to gain stage visually. Now you can gain stage audibly, but it's hard to gain stage visually or whatnot. So to have a visual and an audible way of gain staging is clutch and stuff like that. All right. So we got signal coming through here. you hear how full that guitar is. So you can do all your preamp stuff if you want to. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything at default there. All right, cool. We're gonna pop mic pad out. One there. That one is hot. All right. So I'm gonna keep that one in there. And what we're gonna do is switch over on the effect to 4. And I'm gonna go ahead and patch 4 in. Give me 1 second. All right, we should be seeing signal on 4. And let's move that up camera over here on 4. Zoom in a little bit there. All right. So we got 4 in there. All right, cool. So that's everything going through 3 and 4 right there. Good job. All right, cool. Let's go to we're gonna test this this preamp situation here. And we're gonna go through 5 and 6. All right, and I'm not gonna zoom in on that one. I've used that one before there. So what we're gonna do now is hook up channel 5. I'm gonna go in out of 5 and come back in on 5. And let me get my situation connected here to the out in, and there we go. So we got channels, we got gain here. Now this is a different type of interface. This it's a tube. So it wasn't as clean as the other one. The other one is clean. So the other one right here, the Trans X is based on a Focusrite ISA, the dual channel ISA preamp, and then this one right here is in a league of its own. It has its own shit going on. So you have more of EQ presets with a this little circular thing right here is more of EQ presets by way of instrument, and then you have your preamp controls right here. So that's working. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. I'm gonna put that back on flat. So just really the preamp. Cool deal. Let's go ahead and connect 5. Out with the in. And then 5 is right here. All right. So that's 5. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, let's change it on the effect to 6. All right. We should see this one right here. Yeah, I used these the other night. So this is the guitar preset. So that's without preamp gain, and then preamp gain at 18 dB. All right, cool deal. So that's working. Set everything back to flat. We'll go ahead and turn those off right there. We're going to go to our big dogs right here, which is my Neve clones. This is the Actron MP73 EQs. And let's go ahead and hook those up via 7 and 8. So let me connect those real quick. And these are some, man, I did something last night with these bad boys. And man, it made my Brad sound real good, bro. Loving that, man. And just want to add, like, so everything I'm connecting that I did so far is on the back side of the interface, okay? And the dynamic range going on the back side is awesome. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So right now we're playing the guitar. We're not hearing anything. Okay. That's because we don't have it connected. And we're going to change this one to 7. And what I'm going to do now is make some changes to the Q mix. Okay. So right now you can see, if I go down, you can see that we have signal coming out on 7. Okay. We have it coming out on 7, but these two are not getting it. Why? It's because these preamps work a little bit differently. There's a off circuit on this blue knob. So this blue knob is your preamp. So if I was to turn 7 on now, we should be able to get signal in here. If I have it connected correctly. Let me see here. 7 and 7. Let's see here. Out in. And yeah. So let's see here. We don't have any signal going up. Out. Yeah. Let's see here. Oops, I did the wrong one. There we go. There we go. I'm looking at the wrong one. My 1 is at the bottom and the 2 is at the top. All right. So this is our signal coming in right here. All right. So that's our signal coming in. Now you can see, let me zoom in a little bit more. You can see right here, we're touching the orange on this bottom one right here. All right. We're touching the orange. Let's say I wanted to go to -6 LED meter right here in the middle. So what I will do is go to Q mix and I will go to output, and you can see 7 right here, and I'll turn it down until I see the LED meter on the preamp input meter go to the middle or the 6. All right, so you see that now the input meter over here on this preamp is in the middle on 6. Now I can do all my EQ controls here, so I'm just gonna boost up the mids. Add a little bit of low. All right, I like that, right? Now I can do it 2 ways. I can go back on the inputs on the Q mix and I could turn it up here, or I could turn it up here on the output. So it gives you an input and the output meter on this preamp right here. So I'm gonna turn it up on the output meter, right? Gain match on my outboard gear. You see that? Now, let's say for instance, I wanted to start peaking, or I need a little bit more gain. Shit, my bad. I need a little bit more gain coming back in, and you can see here, right here at the bottom of Ableton Live, we have a gain stage, but it's like maybe a dB or 2 off. I can go ahead and turn it up on the Q mix line 7 input. Okay, and I'm just exaggerating. I'm gonna do 2 dB. And I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn it back on. So everything is in real time. Latency is not present at all. We're not even direct monitoring. We're monitoring everything through Ableton Live. That's why I like this this interface right here. Very, very, very good. Okay, cool deal. We're gonna do the same thing with 8. So I'm just gonna switch the audio effect. This boy right here, man. I'm sorry, my son is close by the damn thing, playing video games. All right. So right now, we're coming out on 8. You can see it right here on the interface meter. We're coming out here on 8. All right. My bad. I missed the whole conversation, and I'm gonna take a break here pretty soon. I actually got let me see which one this one is, man. Because I got one I ordered off of Reverb. I want to see if this is the same one right here, man. Let me see if I can click on that. Is that Trace Audio? I think that's the same one, bro. I'm just taking a little break right here. Little breaky break. Let me see it. Trace Audio. I think that's the one I ordered off of Reverb. I got a labeler on one of mine's or whatnot. I want to see if that's the one, because I would love to recommend this one. Yeah, that's it. That's the one I got. That's the one I got. Big Red, and I still get it wrong. But the one I have is the OG one. I don't have the custom one. I think I'm gonna order a custom one. But the one I have is with the white face, and you can mark with the marker and everything like that. But yeah, that's the one I have. So folks, this is the one that Big Red has recommended and put in a link in the chat. If you have a patch bay, highly recommend. I bought the generic one from let me see if I can try to find it on here. From Trace Audio. It's a generic one. I can't see it. Yeah, but this one right here you could design. If you, let's say for instance, you choose the different patch bay you have, and then I have this one right here, the generic one that you can mark on. But then you can go in here and you can custom design it the way you can. So the white on here, I have it marked with like a small Sharpie pen, and I have everything connected like that. But you can go in here and you could design it, color it, and everything like that. And I think it comes out to like $45 based on the colors and the designs that you got and everything. All right, just kind of wanted to put that out there. I'm gonna let you make it today, man. All right, bro. I'm just joking with you, man. All right, cool. So we got 8 hooked up. We have the preamp off. We're gonna go ahead and turn it on. There we go. All right. Again, need the gain stage, not a problem. We could do everything right here on we could gain stage from the external audio effect. So if it's coming in too hot on our preamp over here, you can see we're clipping coming into the preamp, but we can turn it down here and we can gain stage there, or we could just gain stage from the Q mix, going to the output and turn it down there. So 2 different ways you can gain stage. Gain stage from here, or I could keep my output right there. Maybe I don't want to mess nothing up because I'm doing multiple things, and then I can come back on the input and gain stage on the Q mix right here. Now, if I was to minimize Q mix, look on the meters on the out there, and they're identical because I gain stage in Q mix. So now the advantage is that in Q mix, I'm taking advantage of the interface input conversion, or I could just keep it very minimum and have a very, very clean signal, and then just really take advantage of the transformers. And these have input and output transformers. I'm gonna give you a name. What's inside of these? You won't believe it. Jensen transformers are in here. Telling y'all, bro. Jensen transformers are on the output stage, so I could crank this up. no EQ. No EQ. This is the preamp. Now, this is just the VST. And preamp. And just the instrument. You can hear that hiss. All right, cool. So that's what that is right there. That's 8 and that's 8 and that's 7 and 8, and we got one more set that I have hooked up, and that's 9 and 10. So what I'm gonna do is set that on 9, the same instrument here, and we're gonna take a look at something different. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. We are going to go on 9, and we're gonna go over here to my guitar rack. All right, I'm gonna slide over here. Now this looks a little differently. So the way I have this guitar rack is that 9 and 10 comes up. Oh shit, the sun killing me. All right, I have 9 and 10 coming on channels 1 and 2 of this mixer. The reason why I have it hooked up to the mixer is flexibility. With guitar pedals and everything like that, it's just flexibility purposes. But 1 and 2 comes on 9 and 10 comes on 1 and 2. And then the output or the sub out, which is already enabled, the sub outs go through these pedals right here. There we go. I got 2 compressor pedals because the compressors on here suck. I ain't gonna lie to you, they suck ass. It's like they got some good stuff on here. There's like 4 different models. They got a Ross compressor. They got like this DSP compressor, and let me see here. Let me actually go in here, and yeah, they have a Ross compressor here. Let me zoom into that a little bit so y'all can see that screen, and you can hear the amp modeling going on right now. Yeah, so you got the Ross compressor. You have this K-Comp, which is a Keeley compressor. You have this DSP Studio Comp. It's supposed to be a remake of this one over here. You know what I'm saying? The MXR. Okay. And then you have, that's it. So you just got those 3. I thought it was 4, but you just got those 3. They don't really cut the mustard. Okay. So that's why I utilize in the chain, I utilize these 2 compressors right here, which are my favorite. In my opinion, my favorites. The MXR Studio compressor and the Electro Harmonics platform. Now I will pull this out of the chain and utilize this on drums. Like this little pedal compressor right here, platform, is very, very good on drums. If you have a drum machine, look for this bad boy right here. Electro Harmonics platform, really, really good. It's a stereo compressor, but I got it hooked up mono. Okay, but I do run drums through here every now and then just to get a different texture. All right, and then everything else comes through here for quick, you know what I'm saying, guitar processing and everything like that. So we're gonna run signal 9 through here, and we're just gonna see if we get any signal through this whole setup. And I got other pedals down here. So this is, move this out the way. This is my, what I call my reverb pedals right here. And everything. So get this keyboard out the way. All right, cool. So there we go. I have this one, this little bitty thing right here is a little compressor tilt EQ situation to shape the tone before it actually hit the effects pedals right here. So this is a Behringer multi-effects FX 6000, or excuse me, FX 600. Has different modulation effects on here. Then we go into a this is a Keeley Caverns delay reverb combo pedal. This is a Sonic Cake Levitate reverb delay combo pedal. This is a Amazon special Donner. But it's a stereo delay, vintage delay, and it has the feedback, time, and levels. Hold on one second. Stereo delay right here, analog, separate left and right channels if you want to get like delays and stuff like that. And then you have a stereo reverb, which is true left and right, from Flamma, which is an Amazon company. They mostly sell on Amazon. I say Amazon company, but these at the top are, you can find all of these on Amazon. Find them on sale for about $45, $50. And then this one right here is a reverb and delay combo as well. And this has shimmer reverb, and this one has shimmer reverb. This one is just a standard reverb and delay, and this is just standard reverb, but they sound really, really, really good. Better than the reverbs that are built in this thing. It's kind of a toss up, but a lot of times I just don't feel like playing with this. I just want to play with these pedals down here. I'll go here. The cool thing about this one is the Nuix. Everybody say it differently. I call it Nuix, but the Nuix MG30. The reason why I upgraded to this one, because I used to have the 3000, or I used to have the version that was underneath here. It was a little bit smaller, but it didn't have an insert patch. On the back side here, these gray and red cables, you can insert an actual pedal inside of the DSP signal chain. So that's why I have these pedals at the bottom down here. But just to give you an example, let's say for instance I wanted to use this Amazon Joyo amp modeling pedal here, which is this is modeled after the Vox AC30, if I'm not mistaken. If I wanted this tone to be in this signal chain, all I would have to do is take the gray, send, go into the input, and then take the red, hook it up to the output, and go back into the return. And now there's a what they call a S/R module in here, which is a send return module. And now this pedal is inserted into the DSP circuitry here. So it gives you a lot of different flexibility if you're looking for, you know what I'm saying, some real cool tones and textures to your not only guitars, but your synthesizers and your drums, to be honest with you. Not to mention, this bad boy is stereo out. So if you come in mono, it will convert your signal into stereo. There's something special that goes on when you enable, I think when you enable the reverb. So what I normally do is have a reverb on, turn down the mix knob, and then now my signal is coming stereo out, and it works perfectly or whatnot. All right, cool deal. So we're going to test signal 9 and signal 10 through here, or we could do stereo. It's either way, toss up, don't matter. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right. All right, so let's go up to the mixer, and we're just gonna confirm our signal on the mixer here. There we go. So that's channel 9, just to show you guys. We got channel 9 going. We'll mute channel 1. Nothing. That's because that's channel 9. All right. So that is going strictly down to this bad boy right here. All right. So let's go ahead and check out our compressors. Make sure they're getting signal. Yeah, we got a hot signal coming in. Let's turn that input down a little bit. So we got signal coming through this compressor. Let's turn this one on. Yeah, we maxed out on that one. So you hear the tone differences. So that's -12 compression. And then this one, we're going to get -12 compression. So you can hear the differences in the compression. very soft, warm, and this one has a different tone. Only because we got fast and attack releases, so I don't have that one hooked up right. So let me match. This one is a very slow, so let me bring it back here, midway. Yeah. So which one would you prefer? Probably that black pedal, huh? And this one has a drive circuit, so you can get a little bit of overdrive on this one. So it's just different flavors for different folks, different strokes. And we're gonna go ahead and go to the amp part up here. We're on a jazz amp, but let's go ahead and switch that to something more my speed, like the AC30 Vox. And right now we got a mono signal. And we got a reverb. Let's go to the reverb. And delay. So this is kind of like a space echo. And let's just check our, so we coming in mono. And what we're gonna do on Ableton Live is just go to 10. All right. So we don't have nothing on 10. Oh, very interesting. I have to check that hook up right there. Let's go to 9 and 10. Gonna change that to stereo. It's only playing on 10. Oh, I mean, the effect. Okay. Oh, that's the reason why. Okay. That's the reason why I had it hooked up. I just hooked this up before the stream too, by the way. All right, so another signal flow check here. If you have this, so my return track is so what's coming out of the MG30 multi effect pedal is coming on channel 9 and 10. I have the pan knob all the way to the left, 100% to the left. It is not unity centered or whatnot. So now we should be able to hear 9 and 10 in stereo. And if we was to turn it all the way to the right, all right, and bring it back to the center. All right, we're gonna do a little EQ. So this is the added bonus of running this through the mixer. See what I'm saying? And I can add a little bit of, let's say for instance, I want to get a little bit more effects. This mixer has built-in effects. So if I want a little bit more reverb, I can add reverb here. Just to add a little bit more sauce. So you can really kind of get some shoegazy type of effects here. from the mixer itself. So 9 and 10 works. This whole signal chain works here. Far as the guitars is concerned, well, the guitar pedals just coming through here. Now what I'm gonna do is enable the sends and returns little slot here. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and enable that. Now I just hit the button, it's enabled. We're going to, we don't got nothing going through just yet, because now I am going to initiate this modulation pedal. All right. Ooh. That may be that Behringer pedal. Yep, that's the Behringer pedal. Cheap. So we're on the chorus modulation effect. All right, and then we can go to something like a tremolo. So that's the tremolo. And then we can go to phaser, which, there you go, you have to work it in a little bit. So that's the Behringer pedal. Oh shit. All right, my little rack slid on back there. All right, now. Too much. What we're gonna do is go and disable the reverb here. All right, and then I'm gonna go here and turn on this reverb right here. All right, so I'm gonna turn that level down there. And let me turn that delay off too. No reverb, so we'll turn this reverb up. All right. And then we can select different reverbs. So this little reverb pedal has 7 different reverb algorithms in here. So if you're interested in this reverb, 7 different reverbs in one. It's called the Flamma, FLAMMAFSO2. All right. You could probably catch this on Amazon for about $45 if you're lucky. If not, $60 for standard price. Real good reverb. Pick number 4. So that dirty sound is because we, that's that actual analog circuitry. You know what I'm saying? It's not the digital sound, clean reverb sound as you would get up there on that MG30. All right. And we're going to test this red boy right here. I like this one right here. It's different. All right. I think we're on the reverse reverb. So this one has 3 different reverbs, 3 different delays. All right. And if you go here and go to number 3. So these 4 knobs is for reverbs and these 4 are for delays. Turn down the delay. And then we're going to add in delay. And there's a little light blinking right here if I want to tap the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap tempo. Oh, we on a shimmer. We on a shimmer. Let me turn that reverb up. Talking about these pedals pack some punches, man. So this one right here, I think sells for like $75 regular price. If you catch it on sale on Amazon, $45 as well. Levitate does the same level of quality. I'm not gonna go through that one pretty much. And this one, Caverns, is a little bit different too. It has more of a warmer sound and stuff like that. Okay, so I utilize these when I want like a very dirty, distinct reverb sound. If I just need something quick, then this one will work. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this one out of the signal, put the reverb back in, come back over here to the reverb, and this is like your regular hall reverb. But then if I go to like, let's say something like plate, for example, only got 2 parameters, but check this out. It's clean. I'm gonna crank the decay up. The modeling is not bad, but it's not as dirty or pedal boardish. But that bitch sound good though. But you can hear the cleanliness. And when it tails off, it's not dirty. It gets clean. Excuse me. It gets clean and stuff like that. So that's why I have a little mixture of both or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it does the job. This box is really, really good. So if you just need like a little jam box, something for a gig to travel with, and you're not trying to break the bank and buy something like a Head Rush or Fender brand or Line 6, look into the new MG30. Man, talk about a bargain. And their amps, man, is the DSP in here is awesome. You get this many amps. I mean, damn, bro, you get like 25 different amps, including bass amps, acoustic amps. You can load your own IRs in here. It's awesome. I love the jazz amp they have in here. See how clean that is? I mean, you crank the gain up on here. I'm gonna just crank that gain up. Clean. I'm gonna go to a dirty amp and I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. Let's go to a Fender, like a Fender. Let's go to a Fender Deluxe and turn that damn reverb off. You get some really good breakup. And then if you want to go to rock, I mean, you go to something like this what it is, let's go to something like a Marshall. And let's add the reverb. Woof. So take that down a little bit on the reverb. And let's switch the reverb a little bit. That's because we got that bitch cranked up all the way on the amp. So let's go back to the reverb, turn that down just a tad bit. This wrong guitar or whatnot, but we don't even have an overdrive. That's just straight through the amp and stuff like that. So that's what that is right there. All right, cool. Let's continue moving on. That is 9 and 10. I'm gonna go back into let's say for instance 7. All right, and we're done with that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off right there. All right, what we're gonna do now is go to we got more preamps we got to do over here. All right, we're gonna go through the Warm Audio TB12, which is a API 512 clone for their preamp module, or preamp should I say. All right, we have this hooked up on the line on the back side, so that's why we have line lit up. We can't go on the front side mic or instrument. I just have to switch it. You got 2 different modes on here, vintage or clean. Vintage clean button here, steel nickel transformer if that's what you want. Bypass 8 dB on the gain, and of course your preamp gain and your output stage right here. All right, let's go ahead and switch that over. We on number 7 here. Switch that over to all right, here we go. Let's turn that off. And all right, we got sound there. I love this preamp because you can push it. All right, so we're gonna come back on Q Mix. We're gonna turn it up just a little bit. So right now we're bringing in 10 dB on the Q Mix on input 7. So that's the preamp, and this is without the preamp. So you can hear that the guitar doesn't have much weight when we put the preamp on now. So that is the vintage amplifier with the steel transformer at about, give or take, about 48 something dB preamp gain. Okay. I'm gonna go to nickel transformer. So the steel is a little bit more round, the nickel is a little bit more flat. So different flavors, different folks, different strokes, different guitars, whatever the case may be. All right, cool. That does it for the preamps. We'll go ahead and shut that off. And we're going to go over here to our compressors. Let's slide over here to our compressors. we're gonna actually go up here to the little small compressors up here. All right. I got another little small pickup truck there. That's the Nissan Frontier up there. If y'all see that one up there or whatnot. All right, cool. We're gonna go to the FMR audio. Now this is a stereo compressor, but I'm just gonna hook it up in mono. All right. So please forgive me. All right. Uh-oh. Let's see here what we got going on over here. We got a intermittent problem over here. There we go. So we're getting signal over here. Let me actually do something real quick. Can't have both of these. The way I have it hooked up, I have these hooked up in serial. I can't have one on without the other because it's gonna do some power fluctuations and whatnot. And because these have a very small wall wart, I have to keep the makeup gain at 0. So we got compression, that's good. And then I'll just come in here, just make it up. So I'm just looking at the Motu interface and gain matching. So that's the compressed guitar signal. Bypass it. And that's the power. And it's only why how I have it hooked up because I ran out of power. So it's very. So I have to basically turn it up over here on the Q mix, or I could turn it up over here in Ableton. So there it is. All right, and we have it hooked up in mono. See how warm it is. All right, cool deal. So that's that one. All right, I'm gonna start rolling it a little bit more. 95 minutes, 25 minutes. All right then. Well, shit, I'm gonna move fast now, big dog. Oh. All right, there we go. So now we're going to go to the other FMR, which is the RNLA 7239. The other one is the FMR 1773, which is the really nice compressor. This one is the really nice leveling amplifier. And it's supposed to give you a mixture of the 2A76 mixture or whatnot. All right, let's go ahead and this one is more of a, I'm gonna match the parameters the same way I had the other one. All right, this gain stage right here in Ableton. got a gain stage there, and we can give it a little bit more mustard here. So either way you go, that works really, really well. All right, cool. We'll go ahead and cut that one off. All right, next one is going to be the Pro channel from ART, Applied Research Technology. Real good box. This is the version 2. I think they came out with I think this is the 3rd gen. I think this is the Pro channel 2. I'm sorry. The Pro channel 2, they came out with Pro channel 3 maybe about 2 months ago. So this one right here, I thought it was going to be the new one. They came out with another one. I'm like, fuck. The only difference is that the compressor has two different type of compressors. This is based on a tube compressor. The other one, you could choose between a tube and a solid state. I got pretty much I got I got one solid state. And I got a solid state. So I'm good on a solid state, but tube compressor. I got a tube compressor down here, but just another tube compressor, whatnot. So that's the only difference is you could choose between two different compression stages, and you could choose between tube and solid state preamps as well. So I'm just hooking up this to the Pro channel here, just to double check. Let me hurry up. I'm gonna meet my 2-hour quota. Make sure I got the insert points correct. Alrighty. Pro channel there. We got it going out. And Pro channel. Let's see here. That's my. There we go. So that's the tube right now. So we maxed out on the tube character. And now we just turn up that preamp gain. We're at about 600 ohms. That's 3,000 ohms there. All right, cool deal. We got some compression going on. We'll bypass the compressor. And I'm gonna bypass the EQ because I use this. We have the output stage turned up. All right. And you can see there, we turning the master output up. Of course, it's not giving us a lot. So what we are going to do, we just turn it up in the DSP. Still not a lot, okay? And I ain't gonna lie to you, I may sell this joint right here. It's a good channel strip, but you gotta I think it's really made for high voltage coming in and everything like that. But you don't want to overdo the tube preamp stage. You see what I'm saying? So the way I have it hooked up, you can't utilize the tube preamp stage with the instrument in. You got to go through XLR, you know what I'm saying, from the way I have it hooked up or whatnot. So that's why it's real low. So what I have to do normally is crank it up either here on the Q mix or on my Scarlett. I had to crank it up through the preamp, or I can come here and able to live crank it up and then go to here and crank it up that way. And I'm not taking advantage of the master. So now I can turn up the master here. So it's just different ways you could do it. But I achieved my results, but I haven't really sweetened it up on here because I do have it hooked up a little differently than I did with the Focusrite. So I got signal coming through, so I ain't tripping over that. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I got to do after the video. Just make sure my volume's coming in, because I may have to hook up and change out a cable and take that cable and actually have a high Z input coming on the front side. I was trying to avoid that, but This is something I have to play around with. Another thing I could do is, if I want to keep it clean, I can keep it clean. Turn the preamp gain down and then add 20 dB of gain in, and really have this motherfucker humming. But again, the output stage, you know what I'm saying, if you look at it on the Motu, it's really, really low. So if I turn it down here, it's really, really low. But it's giving us the two flavor that we're looking for. So I don't know. Maybe it's something. I don't know. I don't know. Now that's with the low EQ. Low. The EQ on here is superb. Love the EQ on here. That's low mid, high mid. You're not gonna hit it high due to the type of instrument we got here. That's the compression. The compression on here is really awesome as well. You can hear that compression is snappy. Turn it back on. So I run some drums, some bass in here, and if I really want that really kind of dirty, slappy situation, it works. I just got to figure out the cabling, because this unit is very tricky. Because if you use, I have it hooked up with a motherfucking 1/4 inch on one side and the XLR on the other side to take advantage of the tube. But if I come in 1/4 to 1/4 high Z, then I really can't take advantage of the tube, and it's only going to give me this it's kind of like you bypass the tube circuitry, but you still get preamp stuff. And then you got a true high voltage. You can go high voltage or non-high voltage. So that just clean up that tube a little bit or whatnot. But that's it though. All right, moving on down. We're gonna go to this 2-way clone we have here, Clark Technique, aka Behringer. You know what I'm saying? Still a beast though. Let's go ahead and hook that bitch up real quick. All right, we over here. That's that patch cable. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Lord. What happened? Oh, Lord. Uh-oh. Don't know what happened with that. Let's see if that happens again. That's a first. That's Behringer for you. Let's see, make sure I got the out going in. Yep. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's see if it's gonna. Oh yeah. I ain't used this thing in a while. Oh Lord, the output stage, something wrong. Okay, that shit just hot as hell. And you know why too? That's no, that ain't it. It's this right here. I forgot to turn the goddamn output down on the plug-in. That's what's going on. I knew something was off. But this is not what's up. So this is finally trash. You're gonna see that right there. Yeah, she's done. I can save some rack space. She's out of here. I'm gonna have to buy another one. That's give me all the reason to go spend some more money. Yeah, it's not even compressing anymore. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there it is. I need to spray. I need to take that knob off and spray some. I got some spray I need to spray on there. But so if you got outboard gear, you're gonna learn something. There's this Dextrol or some type of spray you can buy from AutoZone, and you take your knobs off and you spray in there. It's supposed to clean up the pan pots and everything. But you'll notice this right here. So it may be something in the circuitry, but when I use this output gain, I always keep it at 60. I never kind of go low that way. But once you set it, and you see how I'm working it in, it's starting to work itself out. And I haven't used this one in a while. And it's compressing. That's the good thing. So the functionality of it is still working. So I ain't got to spend no money. All right. And I'm going to zoom in just to show you guys it's working. All right. All right. So if you buy a Clark Technique, this is maybe what's going to happen. So that's it right there. Gain stage right here. There it is. All right, cool. So that's at 90% on the peak reduction. And that's all the way at 100%. And we're going to dry wet mix now that. And turn it off. Let's see here. So just the guitar. Make it up right here. All right, cool. So that works right there. I just got to spray some shit on there. And now it's not doing it. So it's a scratchy pot. No worries. That's very, very common in any outboard gear that you get. You get scratchy pots and stuff like that. All good. Set those back at 50 and turn it off. We're going to move on down to the 76 clone. By the way, Sweetwater, front end audio, alto audio, the Z-Sounds, and American Musical Supply, Clark Technique, aka Behringer, they have these bad boys on sale, pre-order $150, $149.99. You can get one of these. You can buy two for $300 and some change out the tax. Pre-order, because they come out in November, so I think they're gonna get another shipment in November at all online music distributors. $150 for this, not bad at all. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be very, very, very honest with you, this motherfucker bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's very, very snappy. Makes me want to go get another one myself. But I ain't got no room. I ain't got no more rack room to put another one. Unless I take this one out. Okay. But I like it's both of the best worlds or whatnot, man. All right, cool. Let's get some signal coming in through here. Oh, I got my output down. So we got some signal pushing. All right. So that's the output. Got some input coming in. All right, that's 4-to-1, 8-to-1. 12-to-1. See how it's getting snappier? 20-to-1. This is 4-to-1. See how subtle that is? 20-to-1. That works. Good job. All right. Turn that down right there. Moving on to the DBX 160. The most slept, well, I ain't gonna say it's slept on, but this is a studio secret. Found this on Reverb. You can get these on Reverb right now for about $280 something, $300. I got this one. This has a modified circuitry in it from audiomodern.com. So it's not just the regular old DBX 160 that's made in China. This is actually made in the United States with modifications. So this has a very, very special circuit on it. I had to pay a little bit more for about like $325, but man, I ain't never heard a snare drum sound so good through this. This one, if I had to get rid of these compressors, I'll probably get rid of that 2A up here, this little fake 2A, and just keep this one and keep these two right here. Oh man, because it sounds real good, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. It sounds really goddamn good. All right, cool. We got signal coming through. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on 4 to 1. I just love that compression, man. Man. You hear the snappiness on that? And just to kind of like, this is virtual instruments. Just imagine if you had like an actual acoustic instrument running through here. It would sound hell of a good. I'm gonna put it in over easy. Bypass it. Bypass it on the hardware. So that's just the VST instrument. And now with compression, it just has a snappiness. Like it snaps like a SSL bus compressor. I'm on the verge of getting another one and just really kind of like selling my Clark Technique 2A here, selling this bad boy and buying another one. And I'll run them bitches in goddamn parallel. I mean, excuse me. I'll run it as a stereo pair. And yeah, because man, this motherfucker sound good, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And another inexpensive piece is this Trans Y right here, this stereo compressor. Listen. This boy, this bad boy is awesome. I love it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hook that up accordingly. And we're gonna run this one in stereo. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna run this one in stereo. We're gonna go ahead and put this in Ableton Live at 7 and 8. I'll probably hit my 2-hour quota here. Texas is up by 7 to 3. Red River Classic. All right, let's turn this one on. All right. So the controls to control stereo is on the left, and then dual mono, you can control both of them. So the way I use this, if I want to use this compressor in mono, I only use channel 2. And then stereo, I use the left side. That way I don't wear out the knobs on one side or the other. Okay. All right. So right now, let me match up. Let me put all of these on 4 to 1. And this one, and this one. Put that at right there. And a little bit of, go back in the Q mix and make sure 7 and 8, everything matches. There we go. Now you see how snappy that one is? Man, So there's no compression. And we're going to bypass each one. Now, the stupid thing is that you got to bypass both channels. Activate both channels and then control the output on one side. But it's a creamy. It's a very, very creamy compression. And I think on these right here, so I think these, it don't say, but I think these have a Jensen output transformer, just as the transformers or Jensen up here on the Trans X as well. So the Trans X preamps, they have a Jensen output transformer. These have in and out transformers, which is not Jensen. So I'll take that back. These are not Jensen. These are Jensen. These are output transformers that they make before. They're not Cinemag, but they make them for another manufacturer. I'm not going to name the name that you pay a lot of money for. Okay. It starts with HA. So, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny how these audio manufacturers, they all work together. All right, cool deal. So that's basically it, man. That's all my outboard gear. I got one more piece of gear over here. Oh, shoot. And that is the Behringer FX Reverb model, which is, let me get my camera, hit the right preset there. It's right down here. And let me just go ahead and connect that one real quick. And we'll be done with this little walkthrough. I know it was a little different or whatnot, but just kind of wanted to make sure before I hit the ground running, because I got a lot of work I'm backed up on, that everything is working properly and everything like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and reset all of these parameters over here on this compressor. That everything is kind of like, you know, working correctly and in favored. Whatnot. All right, so that's our reverb channel right here. I do have some user effects that I normally use, and I have them written down in a notebook. So we can see it's working here. I think this is this is parametric EQ. This one is my graphic EQ. So yeah. So I use this for stereo EQ purposes because it's a multi-effect processor. You have delays, EQs, compression, mastering effects. You got phase, modulation, compression, saturation. It has a lot of stuff in this virtualizer 3D FX 2000 from Behringer. And you can pick this up on Sweetwater for like, I want to say $130. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's a slept on too, but I mean, if you need a graphic EQ, you got graphic EQs in here. So each knob is preset and it just works. And if you need a little bit of reverb, we'll go here, let's say here, and then we'll get reverb. And this reverb, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's really good. True stereo reverb at, I think, 24-bit DSP processor. All right, and if you use the crank it up at 90%. If you just need a dirty reverb sound or whatnot. So that's basically it right there. The only other thing I wanted to show you guys is, okay, so we're talking through this particular outboard preamp right here, lastly, and stuff like that by way of insert. So what I'm gonna do is take off the 48-volt phantom power and go straight into number 1. All right, so it will fade out here pretty soon. Test. All right, so now I am talking because I had to break the patch insert on the patch bay. So a little bit right here. Let me turn it down a little bit. All right. So basically, when you have your outboard gear in your insert slot on the back side, you have to break the insert slot because you can't have the return insert in or the send insert patched in when you have your XLR connected on the front side. So I should have mentioned that in the beginning, but you know what I'm saying, you could either go on the front side or you can only go on the back side in layman's terms. You can't do one or the other. All right. So this is the microphone plugged into input 1 right here, and this is what the mic sounds like with no processing. This is straight microphone right here, and right now we're at, you know what I'm saying, all the way at no, I'm sorry, I'm hitting the wrong knob right here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the Q mix and just show you guys right here. We're on the input. So right now you can see 48-volt power is plugged in, and right now we're at 32 dB a gain, but again we can get all the way up to 54 dB a gain. All right, and really not that much breakup at all. All right, so you get a lot of different gains here, and I'm not really talking loud at all. It's just that's how good the preamps and the converters are right there. So that's 39, and I'm really trying to talk low, so it picks up really, really good, and I'm talking real low. So at 39 dB, it picks up really, really well. And if I was to turn this up at 45 dB, this is me whispering right here. So this is at 45 dB whispering. Okay, and you can even hit the pad button in, and that is the pad button in. We have it turned up all the way at 54 dB, and I'm talking at my regular volume at 54 dB with pad turned in. So you know what I'm saying, preamps on here, hot, rock solid, man. They're not bad at all, man. And then, you know, you can always do your DSP processing if need be. So if we was to come here and I needed to, let's say, take out a little bit of that low mid right there, clean up the highs and add the highs in there as well, and just do some very simple EQ adjustments here. We're gonna widen that out just a little bit right there. All right, and then we'll go here to the compressor, get our compression going right there. A little bit too much on the compression, and then gate right there. And then now I can go ahead and do my streaming right there on the front panel with no issues, no problems at all or whatnot. So this is a very good Swiss Army knife of a audio interface. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm right there on time, normally around about like 2 hours and 15 minutes. So this serves this service purpose perfectly, and everything like that, man. Of course I just did some quick shit, or whatever the case may be, but yeah, this is what it is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take that compression off because it's really not needed, because the preamp by itself sounds really, really good, man. So that will conclude our live stream. Just kind of doing a little bit of overview on the Motu 828 interface, doing some signal checks and everything like that. I apologize for it being a long video, but you know, I wish I would have found this video somewhere along this line right here, and hopefully you saw how different ways you can use this interface or any other 8-channel interface that you have in right now. And I had to take the pad off and everything like that. So yeah, however you can utilize your interface, definitely take advantage of it as much as you possibly can, in order for you to, you know what I'm saying, do what you need to do right then and there with your audio needs and stuff like that. So right now we're basically talking through the first preamp on this interface with DSP processing. It doesn't sound as full and full and dynamic as the external preamp, but hey, if you don't have it, you have it. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So y'all get ready, man. We're gonna have some fun. Everything checks out. I didn't have to make too much changes on the labeling on the patch bay because it actually mirrored the Focusrite just right. The only thing I'm gonna check is the Pro channel just to make sure that I have the right cable, because that Pro channel is very finicky on how your signal go into that preamp stage right there. Everything else is pretty much standard. But the good thing about that Pro channel is that you have different inserts, because if you want to take advantage of the compressor by itself, you can. The EQ by itself, you can as well. So we tested pretty much not everything, but we tested pretty much everything. The reason why I say that, because I have a drawer full of pedals that I have over here, man. Another high-end pedal that I have, and I recommend anyone getting this when you're getting into synthesis. This is the MXR 10-band EQ. This right here, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a badass EQ right here. This EQ is bad. I mean, you put this on anything, it's gonna sound good. Very clean, very aggressive. But this is like $180. If you don't want to have that change, go on Amazon, look up Sonic Cake Tone Group. Same circuitry, not the same circuitry, but the same concept. This one is not going to have the oomph as this, but it'll do the job if you gain stage right. So, you know what I'm saying? $45 on Amazon, probably $35 if you catch it on sale. Sonic Cake Tone Group, 10-band EQ. The only difference is it has a output stage. This one has a input and output stage. So that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you get a little bit more oomph if you can really kind of look at them. Okay, so just keep in mind of that you have an extra pre-gain amplifying stage right here, and then your output stage right here. So this is why this one is really, really good. But this one, I use this from time to time and whatnot. So that's that one right there. And another one I recommend if you're gonna use guitar pedals with synthesizers is this one from Electro Harmonics, and it's just a simple overdrive. But if you want some dirty synths, look into this one right here. It's called Crayon from Electro Harmonics. It's an overdrive pedal. So what it does is it's going to give you a clean tone, but what it's going to do is going to give you a very edgy tone. It's not going to make it sound like a guitar, but it's going to overdrive and add a very, very unique distortion to your sound. And then you got 2-band EQ at the bottom and bass to really fatten up your synth, or treble to kind of brighten it up or round it off or whatnot. This is the drive gain knob, and then the output stage right here. This right here, I found somebody over in the UK that used this, and I had to go get it. It's about an $80 pedal, but it's Electro Harmonics Crayon. I highly recommend this for your synthesizers. The only downfall is mono. So you have to utilize a synth in mono and then have some way to convert it. And okay, that's shit random. Okay, my light said fuck me. All right, bet. All right, cool. But somehow, some way, you'll use something like JST side widener in order to make that mono signal stereo. So, but I highly recommend this one right here if you're in the pedal game for synthesizers. And I think I got another one in here. I normally recognize. Yes, this one right here. So this is an Amazon special as well. If you don't have the money to get a high-end pedal compressor, this one right here from Joyo is really, really good as well, man. It's called the Avalon, Joyo Avalon. And it is basically a FET style compressor, kind of like 1176 style compressor. Input, output, gain knobs, attack, release ratio right here. And you have a very, very big gain reduction meter pedal, and it sounds soft just like the MXR Studio compressor. So I highly recommend this one as well. I pulled this one out because it has a different tone, and it can really, really handle high signals. So when you utilizing this input gain knob, you have to kind of keep it very soft. You can't get too aggressive with it because it averages a gain reduction right around about like 22, negative 22. So if you got a very, very, very high signal coming in, metal guitars, hot bass guitars, and very, very loud amplified synthesizers, utilize the Joyo Avalon. It definitely will help you out and stuff like that, man. So yes, sir. And these boxes, pedals, and all this shit or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Before I went and bought the outboard gear, the rack gear, these would do you justice. Trust me, it'll do you justice or whatnot, man. You're not gonna lose any sound quality loss or anything like that. It's just, you know what I'm saying, higher quality stuff, just different signal, different tones and stuff like that or whatnot, man. So that's basically it. My lamp did the fool on me or whatnot. Got to tighten that up a little bit. But yeah, man, we pretty much done for today. Hopefully this video was very informative and different for you or whatnot. If you like it, go ahead and hit the like button, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to the channel and everything like that. And let's go ahead and get some music in here. All right, cool. So this beat right here is, we need to get mixed and stuff like that. So I'll probably work on this one today or whatnot. So overview or whatnot, showed you pretty much everything. Just kind of ran signal checks just to make sure that this thing was hooked up correctly, because this is my first time actually sitting down, because the past 30 to 40 days I've been sick and everything like that, and it got delivered while I was sick, and I just never had a chance to do a full 100% functionality test on it and everything like that. But look like we're ready to go or whatnot. So yeah, we're back in here. We're gonna be doing some things, and it was a lot of things that was holding me back. And that Scarlett, it served this purpose, but it's a little bit outdated. I think that interface came out in 2017 or 18, if not 16 or 15. But it's been out for a while. Third gen been out for a while. They just came out with the fourth gen, and I was waiting on it to come out, but then I got impatient, and I was like, I really wanted the 828, and it was taking too long with the fourth gen, and everything happened for a reason. So I'm glad I made the decision to get the 828. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about the 828 is you don't have a knob to control your outputs and your inputs. Other than that, I can live with it. And I prefer to be hands-on and actually make sure I'm doing it through the software anyway. But like I said, it's not a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure they're going to address that situation, man. So that's it, man. I'm gonna let y'all get back to your Saturday. I'm gonna get back to mine. And as always, man, keep your head on swivel. Stay creative out there and stuff like that. And yes, got one more question here. My boy doing his thing, man. You should have came in on the stream, DJ Big Red. Let's see here. You said you were going to mess with Sis One. Wondering if you did and what's your thoughts? Yes. Let's talk about Studio One. I like it. Number one, I'm still having some issues with so my first day the first day I actually did a full test with it or whatnot, man, I noticed some weird things going on with the meters. So the meters in Studio One on my system, everybody else's computer may be different, but I got some stupid shit going on with my graphics card. So I have two different type of graphics card on my laptop. I have an NVIDIA dedicated GPU, and then I have the AMD graphics card. And for some reason, it does some stupid stuff with Studio One. And I don't know if Studio One, because a lot of these DAWs are now using high DPI, sort of, different resizing of the plugins and everything like that. So I don't know if that was the issue in that case. But I noticed the meters was moving slow. So what I did was I updated my graphics cards or my graphic drivers on board and dedicated. So I highly recommend anyone that has a dedicated GPU or just a regular graphics card, update your graphics card. Once I did that, everything started working graphically and stuff like that. I did run into some issues of everything worked fine, to be honest with you. But when I started closing out of my sessions, it'll hang up, and then I have to Control Alt Delete in the task. And not every time, but you know what I'm saying, the first initial time. Again, that may be something with my system. I don't know. Ableton Live is doing the same thing too, so I'm thinking it's something with my system. Other than that though, it ran pretty smoothly. I love the round edges of the waveforms, and the waveforms, they did something graphically with the waveforms where you can visually see it a little bit better. I like that. I like the fade points. Now you can see the fade points, and it's not that shaded gray triangular shape that was on the edge of the box of the waveform. Everything is more round and circular. I love that situation of it. The splice integration, I played with it. I like that splice integration because I had the meat that I was mixing with. I was listening to it and I was like, damn. And I picked that session on purpose because I wasn't for sure I was gonna keep the beat or whatnot. And so I logged into my Splice account, and the only thing I don't like with the Splice integration is that you can't see your credits. So if I have 200 credits, I don't know if it's taking away my credits or is it just giving me those loops on GP. So I would like to see my credit be reflected on the account section of the Splice integration. But I was able to delete some of the tracks that I didn't like and put in some claps, some loops, and some percussions loops in there as well. And it's awesome, man. It loads up, so it's a drag and drop situation. That was really, really cool. And it tempo syncs. So I was really scared about that. So I found a percussion loop that was in a different tempo, and I just dragged and dropped it in, and it synced to my tempo without a problem. Love that. I love that. I love that, man. And you know what I'm saying, you just drag and drop, it'll create a new track for you, regardless if it's a mono or stereo track. It does all of that for you, and then you just copy and paste what you need to and whatnot. Another thing I noticed, I didn't get a chance to do the stem separation situation. No, I did. I didn't play with it like I wanted to. I just wanted to see what it does. And it's pretty cool because you can pick and choose what you want to separate. And that was pretty awesome with that. And it's another thing I wanted to, it's something else. It's something else. It's something else. It's something else. God doggone it. Crap. It's something else in Studio One that I liked as well. But overall, my thoughts was it's not bad. I can actually use it again, so that's a plus. I still I'm kind of torn in mixing DAWs right now. I'm kind of sold on. So you see me in Ableton Live. I use Reason. Reason gives me a different feel, but I can still use Reason inside Ableton Live. So I use Reason Reason Rack plugin or whatnot. And sometimes I get bored with Ableton Live and I'll go back to Reason and so whatnot. So I got all these DAWs on production. Only two, Reason and Ableton Live. So I'm back and forth with those two or whatnot. But with mixing though, so I tried out Mixcraft 15. I like it, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't just look professional. You know what I'm saying? It looks kind of kiddish, but it's a very, very powerful DAW. Luna, I like Luna. I really do like Luna. But I just don't like it feels like you're still, when you're moving and you're touching things, it's still kind of like it's almost like it's scared to do functions. You see what I'm saying? And then Studio One, of course, is working exceptionally well since I did the upgrade on the graphics card and stuff like that. It's something with the plugin view. The detachable, that's what it is. The detachable browser window. Yes. I like that in Studio One. The detachable browser window in Studio One. I love it. I love it because I got tired of just looking to the right, dragging my plugins in. I could keep it in the middle and then just go and drag and drop that way, or I can move it, or I can keep it on another screen as well, man. So I love that function of Studio One. If I was to rate it, I rate it a B, not an A. Out of an A and A through F, I rated a B. It's okay. I think those features that they kind of kept secret, they could have let us know what that was, but I think they was kind of scared a lot of people wasn't gonna upgrade, so it was kind of a scare tactic. but I feel like they still need to do some work. All the other production integration, I don't make beats in Studio One. I would like to, but I tried and I wasn't feeling it. It just wasn't my vibe. So, but overall, it's a good B upgrade. It's like a B to a C. I think there's still some things they need to address with performance. It's still a little bit edgy, and the only reason why is because it's a lot of stuff going on with Studio One right now, and I mean a lot. I'm talking mastering, video editing. I didn't get a chance to play with video editing, but I have used video editing, and I think there was a live stream I did, or I tried to do a video or whatnot. I need to double check on that, but I did some voiceover work or whatnot. But you know, you can load your video up, do some voiceover work, and so that's pretty cool that you can do some simple trimming with the video situation. I have to play with that. But you know what I'm saying, I think there's some things they need to fix with the performance situation. I know that's gonna come in the month's time or whatnot, but I think we need to clean up the mixer and make it a little bit more livelier or whatnot. And you know what I'm saying, do something with the mixer window. I want them to do something with the mixer window, because it's just something ain't right with the mixer window. That halfway point situation, I don't know. They need to do something, make it better, you know, stuff like that. But other than that, though, man, it was pretty cool, man. And Ableton Live with their new update, been kind of playing with it. It's pretty dope. Like I said, you know me, I think they need to start adding some thumbnail previews of what the hell you're looking at, because just looking at text, that shit get boring. It gets boring, and it's unmotivational and stuff like that when you can't see your instruments, because sometimes you'll be in the groove of making something and you just want to see like, ooh, that's that VST that's gonna set this bitch off, and you can't see anything, and that's just unmotivational. So I think, you know, Ableton Live, and it's they kind of told on themselves. It's like with the groove box, I think that's their audience, the people that make groove boxes and into synthesis, and they look at knobs and nothing graphical. If you like things graphical, you may have to go elsewhere with color, like Reason, like Fruity Loops, like Studio One and stuff like that, Luna, whatever, where you want to see stuff graphical. But you know what I'm saying, I'm still kind of wrestling with myself with Studio One, if I still want to kind of go that way. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's true, man. I used it just for the hell of it, just to kind of play with it, but I don't know, man. I got like 5,000 credits with Splice. But you know what? On that point, I think the only time people really got in trouble with Splice is the melodies. I think a lot of people don't like you using their melodies. I think people really don't give a shit about if you use percussion sounds, a percussion loop, one shot, or a drum loop. And it really has to be a drum loop that you really can't detect. But melodies, they've been tripping over melodies. So I make my own melodies anyway. So I use it for a lot of percussion stuff and stuff like that, man. Los the King, what's good with you, my boy? If you're still on, man. What's good with you, my boy? Yeah, man. Hey, look. Yeah. And you notice I didn't say nothing about Mixbus, man. I'm very disappointed in Mixbus, man. I don't know, man. I'm done with Mixbus. I'm done with Harrison. I'm on SSL to make a damn fucking I want SSL to make a DAW. They got the plugins. I need them to make a DAW. Speaking of that, man, so DJ Red, so SSL has the 360 app, right? I found that was a part of my issue as well, with MIDI and latency and stuff like that. So when I uninstalled the SSL 360 app, everything started working well. What I found out with the SSL 360 app, it adds like 9 different MIDI drivers. And what was going on was I was having disconnection problems with my MIDI controller, latency problems. And what I noticed was the 360 app, for some reason, was acting cuckoo on my on my DAWs, man. Every time I load up a plugin, it'll just do something cuckoo, man. So I just uninstalled the 360 app and you know what I'm saying, left it like that. And I like the 360 app because if I didn't want to mix looking at Ableton Live, I can just go over to the 360 app by way of using the channel strips and utilize those as well, man. So I like the 360 app, man. That was really, really cool. Hey, before I get up out of here, let me go ahead and create another tab real quick because Sweetwater got a sweet ass sale right now, which I'm gonna go on ahead and utilize that PayPal pay later option. But I gotta, you know, if you're a channel strip lover like myself, let me go on ahead and put y'all on game real quick because Sweetwater got a fire sale excuse me, going on right now. Let me see if I can find that bitch. But I'm gonna see if I can find it before DJ Big Red find it for me. Let me see here. They have a sale that I think if you're into mixing, you need to take advantage of. Is it only by way of email? Oh crap. Let me go to my email real quick. Maybe it's email exclusive. Shit. Yeah, just give me 1 second, man. I'm trying to find it here real quick because I'm about to take advantage of it. I can't let that motherfucker go. Hell nah. Here it is. Here it is right here. I'm about to put this on the window for y'all, man. Man, check this shit out right here. Man, y'all check this out right here. I don't know how I got this email. I can't find it on Sweetwater searching it. But man, you can get all those channel strips for $50. You can get all them channel strips right there for $50 freaking dollars. That is a steal, y'all. That is, man, look, that's a steal, bro. I don't look, let me go back to my email. Let me see if this is exclusive. Let's see here. It's exclusively at, yeah, okay. This is the item ID. Maybe you can put this in the search box because I tried looking for it. And I'm gonna put this in the chat here real quick. So this is the Sweetwater. Let me see. SSL 360 is close. Let's see here. It's closed, and you're going to get to the DAW. Have the, yeah, man. I love the way it looks too, man. That's how I hope they'll implement it in a DAW. I put in the chat box too that item ID is for the BX console bundle that they have on sale in Sweetwater in order to search it. But this is all the Brainworks channel strips for $50, man. Because buying one of these is like, when they go on sale, they like $39. So for the fact of $50, you can get this plugin, fire. This plugin, fire. This one, fire. This one I haven't played around with yet, but when I used it one good time on the 2-bus, fire. This one, the OG, first plugin I bought from them, fire. This one right here is alright, it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's straight. But all of those right there, you get for $50, man. I'm gonna get the URL. I'm gonna hook y'all up and I'm gonna put that in there. If it don't work, don't blame me 100%. But there it is right there. It says exclusively for Sweetwater. So yeah, there it is right there. Long URL. Only at Sweetwater. You can't get it on Brainworks website. So yeah, man. I put the item ID to search it, and also the oh, there was another one that I'm missing in here too. Hold on 1 second. I'm tripping. This one, fire. That's the 9000J. So yeah, all of those right there, man. Just $50 for all of that, man. That's probably the deal the best deal I came across in the last 30 days, man. So take advantage of that one right there, man. And another plugin that I've been really playing with. I need to get the fuck on. Get on, man. This one right here, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mentioned this one on Wednesday night, but this one, I've been playing with it the last few days on drum loops. This motherfucker's a beast, bro. This one right here is a beast, man. It's not your typical channel strip. If you're in the lo-fi and you're into like dirty drum loops and all that other shit, this bad boy right here is nice and stuff like that, man. Each button you get 2 different types of compression saturation modules with an added distortion knob, lo-fi knob, and 3-band EQ. That's which is fixed for the frequency. But talk about a unique tone. This is bad. Dirty Dyna from Beat Skills. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the link in the situation. Appreciate you, Mod. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, DJ Big Red, to getting the right link. I'm gonna put that one in the chat right there as well. But man, y'all please demo this one right here. Please demo this one. You can get the demo because they're confident about it. It's very, very unique, man. Highly recommend trying that one out right there, man. The only thing I had trouble trying to get the gain staging right was the automatic gain control, because when you turn it off and it's very, very low, and then you have to adjust the intensity and do all kind of things with the input output trim knob at the top of the plug-in. But man, like if you got drums, this, man, I can't express it enough. Very good plug-in from Beat Skills or whatnot. Beat Skills and Tone Empire, there's some very, very slept on company, but they make some really, really good stuff, man. This plugin is also pretty nice. This one right here too. I like this one, and I like this one as well. That one right there, really nice, and this one is also nice too. But like I said, you have to kind of play with it, and if you're into dirtying up your sounds, Beat Skills is very, very nice as well, man. All right, I'm gonna start talking. Enough is enough. I'm good with y'all. We out of here. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe and everything like that. This has been your boy Super Mario. I'm gonna go ahead, finish editing up my video for DL. You probably had to take off, but we got videos. We're gonna start making some videos. My voice is back. We got new shit. So yeah, man. And I'm gonna start doing my mixing videos back as well, now that I don't have latency. And I was having a lot of problems with that Scarlett, so that's why I was having a lot of technical issues. It was the interface. Utilize this interface, no problems. Works flawlessly. It thinks for me. I ain't gotta think like I did with the Scarlett and stuff like that, man. So yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. And DJ Red, as always, man, appreciate you. Check the chat for that particular URL. Take you straight to Brainworks $49 bundle. Take advantage of that, man. That is a fucking super deal right there, man. For sure, man. Appreciate you for modding today and taking time out your Saturday. DJ Big Red, salute to you. And everyone else that tuned in, going to tune in later. Heck. Okay. I didn't ask for that right there. I asked for this one right here. Yeah. All right. It took off my camera. Okay. There we go. All right. Make sure you go ahead and take advantage of that Motu. And check it out. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. Watch the videos on it. And of course, you can rewind this live stream right here and see how it kind of operates. But it's a pretty sweet interface at $1,000 price point. It's semi-professional. Point blank simple. It's not a budget. It's not affordable. It's semi-professional. Because in this price range, ain't really nothing touching it. Not even Personas. I think Personas got some situations with it. It is some certain limitations with the Personas Quantum HD8. Watch a couple of YouTube videos. They talked about those limitations. The Motu 828, whatever you plug up to it, it works. You need volume, it's gonna give it to you. The only downfall is There's no dedicated knob to control your ins and outs. If you can live with that, that's it. Conversion, I don't need a headphone amplifier. You get plenty enough volume. If you know anything about these headphones right here, these are the Bear Dynamics DT990 Pros 250 ohm. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. You don't need a headphone amp, because the headphone amp on the interface drive these just fine. It gives you too much volume. Actually starts cracking the headphone, so you know you got a lot of volume coming in. So overall, I rated a A-. The minus is no dedicated knob and everything like that. But other than that, though, man, it's a really, really good interface, man. So if you're in the market to get something up there and sound like Apogee or, Antelope Audio or RME, and you don't like Focusrite, you don't like Personas, look into the Motu 828. You won't be disappointed. Trust me on that. All right, I'm gonna take my ass home, man. All right, I'm gone. All right, man. Y'all be easy, man, and y'all stay creative out there. And as always, you know what I'm saying, keep your head on the swivel and enjoy your creative process, man. This has been your boy Super Mario. I'm out. I'm gone. Peace.